Dear Maya, the other day somebody asked me if me staying here this long was a part of the plan. They were curious because they thought my plan, being in New York City, was only going to be a year. I wasn't really sure where they got that from, although they're not the first person to say something like this. Not too long ago I found out that somebody thought I was only going to be here for 1 year. They thought that was going to be kind of my cutoff mark and I was going to go back to Minnesota. At first I took it kind of as like, do you want me to come back? Like, what is this? It was said without kind of anything behind it, which just leaves me to guess. But I also think that I'm not really trying to guess somebody's intention. I think it just creates stress and maybe even anxiety guessing somebody's feelings. Without that, I kind of just got a little bit annoyed because I'm not sure where they were coming from. And I told them it was always part of the plan for me to leave. I had a really amazing job and I quit it. I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm going to quit and I'm going to come back. It's going to be waiting for me. No. Everybody's life moves on. It moves forward. They can't wait for me. They have things to do. I told this person that me being here, just with Sam, with your dad, was part of the plan. Anything else after that, I had no idea what was coming. I had no idea what I was in for. I had no idea like how long I was going to stay. And I realized that for the majority of this, I was kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out because I was just so scared of like the next thing. But then you have to ask yourself, you move halfway across the country, of course you're going to be like all the way in, right? And sometimes it gets complicated with those thoughts and feelings when you have families in Minnesota or in Peru and you're not really sure. Then you have to come to the conclusion that your family is wherever you are. And in that moment, my family is here with you, your dad, with Oreo, with Grandma, with Motek. I don't really think there is a plan. 1 minute I could want to be here. 1 minute I might want to be in Florida. 1 minute I want to be in Peru. 1 minute I want to be in Maine. I don't think that that's the best idea, is to plan everything out all the time, because it's not always going to go according to your plan, and you might get your hopes up and you might feel like there's some kind of limit on what you're supposed to do. That's not to say it's not amazing to plan for certain things, but my plan was to just be here. I think on a daily basis that changes. This evolution, this growth is just very fluid. 1 minute you could be thinking one thing and then something else happens. So I think having expectations for things isn't always the best. I think trying to be open and fluid with things are even better. So whoever thought that there was supposed to be a plan in my grand scheme of coming to New York City is incorrect. This morning, my goal was to wake up a little early, was to go outside and take about a 3-mile run and come back home. We wanted to go to this really cool thrift store, and Dad said he was going to come too. I got 2 or 3 blocks in, and I realized that I'd rather take the dogs out right now. I'd rather go get your dad coffee, and I'd rather start the day instead of going for a run. That was not in my plan. That's not what I was thinking. So I think that's kind of what I'm talking about when you have to be a little bit more fluid. It's not a bad thing, but here we are. I suppose the best thing you can do is not try to guess at what people's intentions are. In that situation, when the person asked me if this wasn't part of my plan, I had questions, but I also ultimately realized that I didn't want to get down that road of questions with this person. I respect this person. I didn't want to disagree with them. I just kind of realized I didn't want my energy to be put into that. And I dropped it. And I guess I'm just bringing it up now because maybe I haven't 100% dropped it. I'm still a little annoyed because I knew that there was a purpose behind that. My intention is just to evolve as a family, and wherever that takes me, and it has taken me, I will go with it.